my name is Katie Cheney. Today is October 17th, 2009. I am interviewing Sarah and Nate Ndjerareou. Welcome. What are your professions?
I am an international business analyst in the IT space, so I work with companies all over the world and help them change their operations to operate more efficiently using our software. And so I travel a lot and meet with clients all over the world.
And I am a writer and a speaker and a mom.
For your jobs, did you guys have any roadblocks or barriers that held you back from some of your jobs or anything?
For my job, really the roadblock was just hard work. It took a lot of work to get where I am now. A lot of nights away from the family, a lot of weird hours, traveling. So the roadblocks were really work and actually finding a good company to work for that would support that type of lifestyle and that work. So.
And it's been a new transition. He's been doing this job for about a year, and it takes the whole family being on board. As a writer, I can work from wherever, and that allows me to then be mom 90% of the time. And we have packed up the family and traveled to LA and San Francisco and Mexico this year because we love to be together as a family. We love to go to different places. We both grew up all over the world, and then we can take our daughter with us, and she can experience the life that we do. And this part of the reason that we travel so much for work is then we're going to be able to go to Nate's home country of Chad this Christmas and take our daughter there.
What does Ndjerareou mean?
Ndjerareou means builders of the road, or constructors, people that build the road. And so my father gave all the boys in our families names that played off of Ndjerareou. So the last four letters of Ndjerareou, R-E-O-U, are the first four letters of my African name, Ronoji. So Ronoji means the road to love and brotherhood. Roedi, my older brother, means the road keeps growing because he's the first to carry on the family name. And then Robunga, my youngest brother, means the road to victory. So Ndjerareou means those who build the road, and then our first names, and the boys have kind of plays off that, so the road to wherever it's going. So that's what it means.
Where did you guys go to school?
For college, I went to the University of Wisconsin, Eau Claire, in Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
And for college, I went to Wheaton College in Illinois.
What brought you to Iowa?
Me, it was my job. I had graduated in August of 2000 and was interviewing all over the place, and I interviewed with a company called Electronic Data Systems, now Hewlett-Packard, out of Dallas, and I thought I was going to Minneapolis, and at the last minute they changed my assignment to Cedar Rapids, Iowa. So that's how I got here.
And my family came here when I was 4, I believe. Originally, Rockwell brought us here, and then we moved to Africa, and then came back when I went to high school here. So we've always had a connection to Cedar Rapids, and it feels like it's been our jumping off point to all over the world. And so I came back for what I thought was going to be about 6 months, and ended up marrying Nate, and have been here ever since.
Where were you guys born?
I was born in a small village called Bebalem, B-E-B-A-L-E-M, Chad, southern Chad, a small village where there was a local missionary hospital that was part of the Evangelical Church of Chad, and that's where I was born. So.
And I was born in Minot, North Dakota, of all things. My parents were North Dakota farm kids who ended up being missionaries in Africa.
Does the Civil War in Chad affect your life or business?
It definitely affects my life. My older brother, Reuben, Roedi, lives in Chad. And my parents split a home in Chad and Dallas. So, and my dad travels even more than I do. And so, and my grandparents and my extended family live in Chad. And so the uprising, the civil war, the issues going on with Darfur and eastern Chad do affect my family. In fact, in February of 2008, we received a phone call one Friday, and there was an attempted takeover of the country, and we just thought it was going to blow over. But for the next 4 days, I took work off, so it did affect my business. I took time off of work, and I spent nights putting together a website or PayPal site through Sarah helping me with that, and then blogging on Sarah's website about what's going on, because 30,000 people had to exit the capital and go over the border into Cameroon just in a matter of hours. So there was no food, no place to house these people, and the food that was there, the prices went up really high. So we were able to raise, through friends and family, just through the PayPal site, about $7,000, and I would wake up every morning and go to the Western Union at Hy-Vee on Collins Road and wire my brother about $990 at a time. He'd go to the little village of Kusuri, Cameroon, pick up the money, and go and buy food to distribute to the refugees in the area. And there were 800 refugees in the church where my brother was, but there were thousands elsewhere. So the United Nations and the Red Cross, they weren't able to get into the city right away. It took them about 5 or 6 days. So it does affect us, but we were able, through friends and family and technology, able to send my brother money that week. And we were on the phone, so I'd stay up through the night and talk to him, and then I'd sleep during the day. So it does affect us. It continues to affect us because you never know what's going to happen.
We were able to even get on YouTube and watch videos that other people were doing of different things, and so it's not like it used to be. When I was a kid, living in Africa, we would go to somebody's house who had a big old radio, and they had the time all set up, and my grandparents would go somewhere and they had a ham radio, and they would talk to each other. That was about the closest, we could call back and forth, and a phone call when we were living in Africa for 10 minutes would be like $100, whereas now it's changed so much that email and phone and all the different things. The majority of people in Africa have cell phones now. Cell coverage is all over the place. And
so I was able to conference my brother who was in Cameroon, my dad who was stuck in Madagascar at the time, my mom was in Dallas, and we had friends in Europe, and we could all be on the same call at one time just to try to coordinate what we were going to do, try to figure out what was happening, because it happened so quickly that the entire family was spread out. So we didn't know where my grandmother was, we didn't know where my mom's brothers and sisters were, because it just happened so quickly that it took a couple of days to account for everybody. But everybody was safe. So it does affect our family. I'm a news junkie, international news. I watch the news all the time because even my company is based out of the United States, but we have people in Ukraine, we have Israelis, we have Europeans. So I'm always interested in the news because anything that happens in the world could affect our business right away. So it's just not Chad. It's every part of our lives is connected. So anyway.